Hey, what's up everybody? I'm so excited about this episode. The Boy Scout sits down with the Admiral and tries to figure out what the nation's business really means. Jimmy the Lobster heard about some birds on the ship. He's gonna do some investigating. And stay tuned for later in the show, Jimmy actually tries a Singaporean delicacy. You will not want to miss that. Plus, Dog Zebra is back in full effect with a new music video. Okay, first up. The Boat Show just celebrated its 1-year anniversary. To commemorate, we made a fan page on Facebook. So we had a party and celebrated with some cake and ice cream. Even some of our distinguished leaders showed up for our milestone.
Hey, better give me my stuff. Hey, better give me my stuff. Hey, better give me my stuff.
That was fun. Seems like yesterday we were taking on ordnance in the hangar bay.
They're gonna go down, and then they're gonna go up, and then, well, you can guess they're gonna go back down again. Go boom!
I missed that guy. Thanks for sticking with us, Lincoln Nation. Speaking of Lincoln Nation, we were just in Singapore, and what better way to become ambassadors than to try and learn the language. Here's a clip of us working on some foreign relations.
Hey, how do you say then thank you?
你好，谢谢。
星期
你好，谢谢。
谢谢
谢谢。
谢谢
啊，
谢谢
谢谢
谢谢 No, 谢谢
What did you say?
谢谢
The monkey.
Well, we tried. I mean, Chinese is difficult. In other news, Lincoln Sailors put on an amazing show for Black History Month. Here's some clips of the entertainment. That last dance was my favorite part. That was awesome. The show also enlightened sailors on African American contributions to naval history as well as American history. Good job, guys. Let's take a break. Be back in a minute.
Save Lincoln! 77 years ago, our forefathers developed a method of hygiene that kept everyone clean and refreshed. Showering is not an option, shipmates. The level of comfort here, of the people, by the people, and for the people, shall not perish from this ship.
Save Lincoln!
Hey, what's going on? This is MC2 Patani. I'm out here on the flight deck for the Steel Beach picnic.
Hey, this is MC2 Christopher Dollar.
Hi, this is Brooke Harris.
Just want to give a shout out to my fiance Julie, my mom and my dad, and the rest of my family back home in Phoenix, Arizona.
Just want to give a shout out to my beautiful fiance, Michelle, and her kids, Sage and Tyrion, and my mom and my stepdad, and the rest of my family.
I love you guys. Be home soon.
Just want to let you guys know I miss you. I love you. See you soon.
Hi, Mommy. Just want to say hi, and I'm coming home soon. Love you. Bye.
Welcome back. Okay, on to our first story. The Boy Scout's confused, but who better to help him out than our own Godfather, Admiral Guadagnini. Boy Scout, take it away.
Thank you, Petty Officer Neal, and greetings, Lincoln Nation. It has recently come to my attention that I am aboard a warship, in the middle of the ocean no less, conducting what many refer to as the nation's business. Now, to be completely honest with you, I have absolutely no idea what any of that means. So, I will once again masquerade around this warship and try to find some answers.
What is the nation's business?
I have no clue what the nation's business is.
To serve and protect.
Keep my family safe.
To protect America from terrorism.
Chicken.
Fighting a war.
Everyone seemed to have a different opinion, so I went to the expert. Sir, a lot of us often hear you refer to our job as conducting the nation's business. Could you explain that for me?
America believes in peace and peace throughout the world. And a region can't be peaceful unless there's good economic trade with each other, unless the countries are talking to each other and everybody's obeying the rules of international law. America's Navy being out there, we set the conditions for all those things to happen, and that leads to peace and stability in a region. And if regions are peaceful and stable, that leads to peace and stability throughout the world.
Nation's business, for me, it's taking out trash.
My job is machinist, mate. I paint the bilge and I sweep the bilge.
I think it's cleaning stations.
How do those less glamorous jobs support the business of the nation?
For someone who's doing sweepers every day, probably wondering, why the heck am I doing sweepers? Well, making the ship clean, a nice place in which to live and work, that keeps everybody's morale up. This ship will not last for 50 years unless we're doing our preventative maintenance, unless we're cleaning, unless we're doing all those things that are going to help it last for 50 years. Big investment by the country, and we need to protect it. Everything we do, everybody's job is contributing to our overall mission.
Well, not much is clear to me, but what I can say for certain is that the nation's business, whether it be political, economical, or otherwise, is being conducted here aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln. Back to you, Petty Officer Neal.
I feel like I've seen that story before. All right, world, it's time for the Lincoln Lightning Rapid Rundown. I feel like I should be doing something. Fitness. Heavy? You know who you are, but don't worry. Weigh-ins start May 2nd and finish up May 6th. You have time to slim down. The physical readiness test will be held May 9th through May 16th and is actually going to be categorized by last name instead of department to save time. If you have any further questions about exercising or help with your last name, contact your command fitness leader so they can smack you or answer any of your questions. Hot list. Are you a sailor who is planning on having family and friends visit you on the pier when we pull back into Everett? Make sure you have their names on the access list or they'll be watching us from behind a paper factory. Not good. Ask your chain of command for assistance to ensure you get everyone's name on the list. Alcohol awareness. Don't be that guy. Ew, who would do such a thing? Studies show DUIs and alcohol abuse rise after returning from deployments. So make sure if you drink responsibly. And people, make sure you get a designated driver. DUIs are extremely costly, not only to your wallet, but your career too, whether you stay in the Navy or get out. Salsa! March 1st, 4th, 8th, and 11th, we are salsa dancing in the mess decks. Deployment is winding down and it's a great way to have some fun dancing the night away. Don't believe me? Just ask this guy.
We're celebrating our return home ahead of time.
The fiesta goes down the 1st, 4th, 8th, and 11th at 2000. Okay, that's all we got for the rundown. Let's take another break. Be right back.
Save Lincoln! Hi, I'm Abraham Lincoln, and I know what you're thinking. I've been dead a long time, and maybe I'm not up on this book face and twerping stuff, but OPSEC is just as important as it was back then. Just think, if someone didn't tell old Johnny Wilkes Booth I was gonna see that show, maybe I would have learned to river dance.
Save Lincoln! From Chinatown, Singapore, you are watching the photo.
What's up, Mama? Hi, this is Alessa Cisneros. This is Airman Mitchell Robert Costello. I just want to send out a shout out to my wife. Big shout out to everybody who support me back home. Appreciate it. Jeremy, you messed up breaking up with me. I want to let you know that right now. I love her and coming home soon. Love it. So I'd like to give a shout out and a hello to all my friends and family back home in Dallas, Texas. I'm doing big thing this year. I'm finna do my thing. Here you go. Stay safe. I'm coming home soon.
It's always a good read. Welcome back. One of the best ways to get the full experience of a port call is to try all the local cuisine. We put our own food correspondent, Jimmy the Lobster, on the job. Here's what went down in Singapore's Chinatown.
I want this dude right here. Oh, oh I'm so freaked out right now. Frog has been cooked. Now I gotta eat it. It looks really good. Tastes fine. Okay. This guy. Get that frog right there. I know, this thing was alive like 10 minutes ago.
I love it. Frog is the best thing ever. Better than pork.
You just ate that frog.
How do you feel about sharing your frog, Salini? I'm for it.
Poor frog. Okay, I think I'll stick to the pork. On to our next story. There's a lot of names for certain things in the Navy that might not make sense to you, such as a wall being called a bulkhead. The list goes on and on. So it shouldn't come as any surprise that our very own MC3 Jimmy Salini got a little crossed up when he was trying to find out where all the birds on the ship are hiding. Jimmy, how's that working out for you, buddy?
Thanks, Neil. You know, I've heard an aircraft carrier referred to as a bird farm, but I've been out here for 6 months, and I haven't seen a single bird yet. So I'm gonna go see if I can't find these birds that we're keeping around here. Where are we keeping the birds at? I hear a lot of talk of birds.
Hangar Bay 1, 2, and 3.
So they got nests up on the top or something?
No. I work with them every day.
So they're here. That's why I'm trying to lure these birds in. You got any ideas for me?
Well, see, we got a lot of birds flying around. So maybe put up like a perch or birdhouse or something, somewhere they can stay.
A birdhouse, that's genius. Thank you. Okay, we're here in the wood shop with HT3 Cernic. Can you tell me a little bit about what you do here? Because I know there's a whole lot of wood on the ship.
Well, mainly what we do is we do skateboards. We also do a lot of woodwork for the captain and the admiral. So like a lot of going away plaques.
Here's my problem. I've heard that there's birds on this ship, but I can't seem to find any. Somebody suggested that I make a birdhouse. You think you can help me out with that?
I could possibly help you with that.
The rule in carpentry, measure once, cut twice, something like that?
It's measured twice, cut once.
Oh. What's the next move?
Well, the next move is we could put the roof on there and the rest of the walls, but we could also put in my little machine I got over here that puts everything together for us.
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds awesome.
All right.
This is perfect, man. Thank you. I gotta get this upstairs and catch some birds.
All right.
I finished my birdhouse, and now I'm up here at Vulture's Row, which I'm told is the best place on the ship for bird watching. But unfortunately, I think all these jets are scaring the birds away, so I'm probably gonna have to come back. Back to you, Neil.
Never ceases to amaze me. Outstanding story, Jimmy. All right, everybody, it's time for Zebra. Here's the world premiere music video of his latest.
Hey everybody, Admiral Mark Watnini here, where today myself and 7,000 other of America's finest sailors are going to steam off into the waters around the globe, supporting U.S. national interests. We're America's Navy, we're a global force for good. We're going to go out there and kick butt around the world if required, so that all of you at home can relax, work and play in relative peace and quiet.
I am Generation A. Generation A, Generation A, and we are, 'cause I am Generation A, Generation A, Generation A, and we are. Yeah, I do my job, and when I do it with the best integrity. Mission on my mind, complacency won't get the best of me. Shipmate self, see that's my recipe. Best believe I give it 150% of my effort and never no less of me. Carrier Air Wing 2 and Desron 9 complete with weaponry. Effortlessly keeping the sea lane safe from any piracy. Who fly is we? Never a name you speak, cause we are the best in the fleet. Team 972, we set the bar, hence the battle E. Knowledge is the key. Obtaining all our quals increases readiness. Ain't even DZ went and got his E-swab. No matter what your job entails, paperwork or launching jets, fixing food or swapping decks. Strive for the best because we are the new standard. Generation A. Maritime warriors. Generation A. Sailing the 7 seas because we're Generation A. Feared by our enemies because we're Generation A. 'Cause I am Generation A. Generation A, Generation A, and we are, 'cause I am Generation A, Generation A, Generation, and we are.
Great video, Dog Zebra. You're an inspiration to all of us. All that dancing during the video made me hot. It's humid out here. I could really use a pool right about now. I bet the captain could help me out with that. And I'm free after the show. Captain, any suggestions?
I think MWR has got some blow-up pools. We'll get them on the flight deck, we'll fill them with seawater, and you can flop around in them all day like a baby seal.
Not quite what I had in mind. Can you at least do that thing before we head out?
Do that thing.
Yeah, I know that thing. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to follow us on our Facebook fan page. This has been The Boat Show, where dreams are found at sea. Woo, right at you, Jimmy.
Lincoln, you know how we do. Hey Lincoln, you know how we do. Turn it up, 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 turn it up. Hey Lincoln, you know how we do. Hey Lincoln, you know how we do.
Turn it up, 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 turn it up.
Hey Lincoln, you know how we do. Hey Lincoln, you know how we do.
Turn it up, 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 turn it up. Full steam ahead. Turn it up. Hey, dog zebra back up on it like I never left. People focused on
Good cake, huh?
Yeah, great cake. Great cake.